I understand Giuliani is collecting or attempting to collect on behalf of legal representation of Donald John Trump, Tribulation Trump, in several major court battles regarding the election across America, most recently in Pennsylvania. $20,000 a day is what he wants for his fee. Now, I have to tell you, lawyers go off the chain. If you've ever have to pay one, Dr. Kenneth Folk, pastor of the Mount Carmel Baptist Church on Prospect Avenue up in the Bronx, New York, told me, he said, young man, he said, you go to see a lawyer and you're a pastor of a church, you got to watch out. They put on a pot. That was a Jamaican way of saying they get ready to rip you off. They just charge you whether they want to charge you. Giuliani wants $20,000 a day. That's $100,000 a week. That's $400,000 a month to represent Trump. Who's going to pay that bill? Trump ain't paid. Trump never paid nobody. So I guess it's going to be Trump supporters that's going to pay the bill. They're probably glad to pay Giuliani that money, Trump supporters. They like Trump. You know that. Everybody knows that. They love Trump. But $20,000 a day? Oh, God, I need to quit my job and become a lawyer. That's a lot of cash. I mean, come on now. But no, Rudy was out in Philadelphia the other day making his case. He had for Trump that the voting system in Philadelphia was run by a bunch of hoodlums. All them people over there in Philadelphia, and they were all a bunch of Hamite people. You know how that goes around. And so he's out there on the show. He was out there in front of a couple of microphones. And the guy standing to his left shoulder is Bernard Carrick. I'll talk about him in just a moment. Them dark glasses on look like, like a pale-skinned version of Stevie Wonder. Anyway, so Giuliani, right? Giuliani, he's Trump. He's announcing that he's going to be representing Trump in several federal districts, that the voting situation was irregular, and that Trump needs to be, the votes that were for Biden need to be thrown out and Trump needs to be given the presidency. All right, okay, $20,000 a day. But that all of what I want to say to you about. I want to ask the question, and I didn't ask the engineers to pull this up, but I want to ask, is Giuliani gay? Now, you LGBT people, wait a minute. And you Facebook algorithm people and the YouTube and all that, Twitter and everybody else, I ain't saying nothing nasty or ugly. Can I use the word gay? Can I answer the man gay? All right, let's just get that straight. Don't be putting me in jail for asking Giuliani gay. So is he? Because, Giuliani's wife, she was on a television program in New York called The Vagina Monologues. Doggone. A group, I think it was 9 women in a circle. They all sitting around in a circle in chairs. And they called it The Vagina Monologues. And then Giuliani, and the thing I think that brought Trump and Giuliani together is that Giuliani was dressed up as a woman with lipstick on in some sort of event some time ago with Trump. And he and Trump were grinning, and it looked like Trump wanted to kiss him. Well, Trump is a grabber of sorts. He likes to grab things. So I don't know if he's going to grab Giuliani, but I'm telling you, Giuliani was dressed up as a stone cold woman, and Trump was embraced. I mean, the look in Trump's eyes was like the look that Obama had in his eyes when he looked at Larry Sinclair. Obama and Larry Sinclair had a steamy love affair. But here, this is Trump. Looked like he's getting ready to mammalize. He's getting ready to drink some milk. This is Giuliani, right? Look at the lower right-hand corner of your screen there. There's Trump. There's Giuliani with a blonde wig on. And then there's Trump kissing him. What on earth is going on? What is this? I mean, you ever seen anything like this before? Look at Trump. I mean, he's got his eyes. He's like he's in dreamland. He's really into it. And look at Giuliani with a blonde wig on. So I guess that's what brought them together. Mr. That is disgusting. Take it down, please, sir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. But that ain't all. I want to ask one other question, and I promise not to inflict myself upon you any further. I want to ask, is Bernard Carrick gay? Gay. I mean, Bernard Carrick, let me read his bio here. Bernard Carrick, right, and Giuliani, Mr. Engineer, that first segment where Giuliani was on that soapbox talking about his representing Trump for $20,000 a day, could you find that again? And the fellow with the dark sunglasses on standing behind Giuliani to his left shoulder, that guy with the dark sunglasses on is named Bernard Carrick. Now, hold that right there, Mr. Engineer. I'll just pause it. Bernard Carrick, well, no, let's get his mug back up. Let him get his, there you go, now he freeze. Bernard Carrick is the former police commissioner of New York City when Giuliani was police commissioner, right? Or mayor, rather. Bernard Carrick was sentenced to 4 years in prison in 2010 after pleading guilty to 8 felony charges. Now, this is New York City police commissioner, right? That guy with the dark sunglasses on. For offenses including failure to pay taxes and lying to White House officials during a failed nomination to the Homeland Security, to be Homeland Security Secretary. Judge Stephen Robinson of U.S. District Court in White Plains, New York, sentenced Carrick to 4 years, exceeding the sentencing guidelines of less than 3 years. He was also sentenced to 3 years of supervised release in order to pay nearly $188,000 in restitution. Prior to the federal case, Carrick pleaded guilty in New York Supreme Court in 2006 for 2 misdemeanors related to the renovation of, was fined but did not receive any jail time. He was released from federal prison in 2013 after serving 3 years. That guy, here's the guy who's a former district attorney for the Southern District of New York, one of the highest federal positions you can hold other than the director of the FBI itself or the attorney general like William Barr now holds. Giuliani was second in place. So, and then while Giuliani was mayor of New York, he hired as police commissioner this guy you see with the dark sunglasses on, right? And he was running all kind of scams and schemes. What I just read there was these were some lightweight charges. That boy Bernard Carrick was taking in dope money from up here in Harlem like you won't believe. That guy was getting richer than rich. Dope money, running the mafia, and he was a police chief. They finally busted him on tax evasion like they did that Al Capone boy. They couldn't get him on the real charges of dope running, which Bernard Carrick did, but they busted him on charges, taxes. They can't get you on nothing else. They get you on that, or a woman or something. So, but look at now he and Giuliani teamed. He's out of prison now. He and Giuliani have teamed up. So my question is Bernard Carrick gay? I mean, Giuliani's wife dumped him. His children dumped him, right? The problem is if Giuliani is gay, what other gay person would want to be with him? I mean, come on now. I mean, even if you're gay, you still got to be attractive to something. I mean, come on now. Let's get real here. But anyway, so it's Bernard Carrick. So these two gangsters, right? I swear, now represent Trump. Trump has hired this ex-felon. I got to be light when I talk about ex-felon because yours truly doesn't. But you know what I mean. I've been down that road too. But I ain't running around trying to jack $20,000 a day out of somebody. But no, so look at Bernard. I think he got them sunglasses on like he's still mafioso type. This guy used to serve New York as a police commissioner. I have one more question, and I promise out this one question not to inflict myself upon you any further, and that is Bill Barr, William Barr, who's now the Attorney General after Jeff Sessions got kicked to the curb, right? Bill Barr, and he's been carrying water for Trump too. Is he gay? Now, he's a fat guy. That guy's fatty, roly-poly. You could turn that fella on his side and roll him down a hill. William Barr. Y'all know him. I'm trying to figure out if he's gay. All these people hanging around with Trump, and doing all Trump's bidding, they don't work for America. They working for Trump. Show us Bill Barr. Look at him. And is he gay? So that's not the appropriate question, and we're going to flag you. we're going to flag you on Facebook. But I mean, I'm just asking, what's the LGBT? Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. What is it? LGBT. I know lesbian, gay. LGBT, bisexual. What is it? Something else. Anyway, so don't flag me. But so if you're interested in who Trump now has as his lead attorney and who his lead investigator is, they're at the bottom of the barrel. At any rate, everybody, I'm James David Manning. I'm the Lord's servant. This is a bit of a news blog we do looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.